as soon as that ball was going the other way. That's
considered the greatest player in the league. He's got some competition now, though. Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, Steph Curry, James Harden, all playing well last year. But for my money, there's...
Thompson gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his third foul so far.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Vacilio's checked in for Bogut. Barnes comes in for Brandon Rush. Thompson, he's checked in for Leandro Barbosa. And it's Livingston in for Ian Clark. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Channing Frye's checked in for Tristan Thompson. And a wide-open look for James. Another three for Cleveland.
That's 2 straight quick three-pointers they've allowed.
Defense just not reacting with enough aggressiveness.
Livingston kicks to Green. Barnes with it. He's picked up by LeBron. Thompson misses.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making. I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatics.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one. Although, if he missed it, I might have.
Irving with the steal. And Shumpert slams it in.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And for Kyrie Irving, it had been a long time coming. Last season, he finally played in his first postseason with the Cavs. And up until the unfortunate injury, he certainly made the most of it.
Some changes for Golden State. Iguodala comes in for Ezeli, and it's Stephen Curry in for Sean Livingston. Warriors trail by 4. And think again about the playoffs last year, Clark. They weren't all sunshine and roses for Irving. He had to play through a tough leg injury in the conference semifinals, and, of course, the injury in the finals, the fractured kneecap, and he was gone.
Yeah, that was really painful to watch, seeing him go out for the rest of the playoffs with that fractured kneecap. A freak injury, but he'll grow from it and be better.
Love wide open. He fires. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 3 assists now in this one. Guys, just watching Kevin Love, he brings so much to the table. But if you had to pick one thing, Clark, it might be the rebound.
I agree with you. I mean, he's not super athletic, doesn't blow you out of the water with his athleticism, but a few seasons back, this guy averaged 15 rebounds a game.
Timeout called the Warriors.
And guys, you look at what makes Love such a prolific rebounder. Great anticipation. I mean, he has the broad shoulders to create space in the paint, the strong anchor to hold his position. It's no wonder he's been a dominating force on the glass at every level since high school.
Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Thompson. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Dellavedova's checked in, and there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's foul number 2 for him. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Curry's shot is good.
You know, regarding Kevin Love, he had a number of difficult transitions to make last season. Most of all, perhaps on the offensive glass. He averaged less than 2 a game after averaging 3 or more a game every other season.
To the left side wing. Irving kicks to Dellavedova. Back to Irving. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Mozgov, he's checked in for Cleveland. Smith comes in for James. Curry with the steal. Easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
3 of their last 5 makes come from beyond the arc. The defense has to react quicker. I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
The Cavaliers leading by 3. We've got 1:55 left in the second quarter.
And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
Cavaliers making a switch here. Thompson's checked in, and Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And there's 1:45 left in the first half. And Kerr is so good with the media because, Greg, he was a media member himself for so long. You know that as well as anybody. Clark, I don't think he ever tried his hand at broadcasting, though. I can't see him doing that, could you?
Yeah, right,
No.
Right. He probably just drawn on as a broadcaster and would rarely contribute anything of note. Some guys have what it takes to call games, and Steve just doesn't quite scratch me as that kind of guy.
No. Curry attacking. Iguodala kicks to Livingston. It's Curry outside. Another miss by Curry.
And offensively, they've gotten stuck on the perimeter, falling in love with the jump.
And maybe shying away from contact a bit too, Greg. I mean, their free throw attempts are also down from the first quarter.
Livingston, no luck. If they time it right, they can end this quarter with a 2-for-1.
And that's how you want to end the quarters.
Mozgov dishes to Smith. The screen from Thompson. And it's Smith missing.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
It's Curry outside. Curry with another miss.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Smith, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And, Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
The Warriors have shot 4 of 7 as a team from the line tonight. Several misses early. That one is off. And Cleveland making a change here. And he's good on the second. Thompson for the triple. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. So we've reached the...
Gentlemen, I'm over here.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. They only had a couple rough stretches, and as the first period came to a close, they had a 4-point deficit. The second quarter was when things really came together for them, and the result is they were able to build a solid 6-point lead at the half. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
Well, their playmakers are in top form tonight. They showed great court vision and great ball movement. That's why they had so many assists. It's much easier to defend guys who don't want to pass the basketball.
Shaq, what are your thoughts on Golden State?
Well, their perimeter defense is falling apart. Guys aren't fighting over screens, closing out on shooters. I mean, you know, when you're playing a team that's down, their defense needs to extend outward in the second half.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
You know, Curry is playing extremely well. 18 points, and also those active hands of his have led to a pair of steals.
He can just change a game with his defense, and he's thrown off their rhythm completely the last several possessions.
And so in the game for the Cavaliers, J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Kevin Love out there with Thompson. And it's Irving in at the 1 spot. Curry can't get it to go. Well, LeBron had kind of a slow start to his season. His return to Cleveland last year.
Yeah, he got off to a bit of a slow start. He had some nagging type injuries, but things turned around, and LeBron was eventually able to get the clubhouse atmosphere where he wanted.
And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being, as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Bogut. Barbosa comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Thompson. It's Curry outside. Good. Curry's got 21.
And those midseason trades for the Cavs really turned things around. Mozgov came in, J.R. Smith and Shumpert secured that 2 spot. Gave this team an incredible edge defensively.
And the rejection by Iguodala. For 3, Love. Warriors with the rebound. Iguodala's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist. Yeah, and you know, they built the roster to how they played best midseason. I mean, it was a great job, I think, by the front office to get the players that fit best into the locker room and into the team style of play.
Timeout called Cleveland. It was the season of destiny in the Warriors. Certainly followed through, Clark, the best team in the league all year, and they finished the job beating the Cavs in the finals.
And they were on a mission from the get-go. They would become another team to win 65 games or more and win the finals. Impressive work.
The Cavaliers leading by 3. Pass to Smith. There's the triple. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
Ooh, this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room. And for the Warriors, they had tough opponents the whole way. I mean, the Pelicans, Grizzlies, and Rockets, they all put up fights. Cavs in the finals are just as tough with LeBron, but the Warriors found a way to come through.
James outside. Lets the 3 fly, and that one's good. James has got 8 points.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for them. And for the Warriors, it had been nearly 40 years, guys, since the franchise made it to the finals. They had a lot of pressure on them to win and finish things off, but they got it done and did it in emphatic fashion, winning on the road. The title solidified them as one of the all-time outstanding teams in NBA history.
And, yep, finally dropped after rolling around the rim. And the Warriors lead by 1.
All of the scoring in tight is coming at that end of the court.
You know, they found the holes in the defense and really doing a great job of exploiting them.
That's good. Clark, third quarter here, and 5 lead changes so far.
Yeah, it's really been a bit of a tug of war. Back and forth we go.
And, guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Timeout called the Warriors. And, guys, for everything we've said about Kyrie Irving over the years, now let's talk about maybe another area, and that is his willingness to give up the ball. LeBron came to town at the beginning of last season. Kyrie didn't even flinch at the prospect of being 1B to 1A. To me, that was a very selfless way of giving the mantle of that team over to LeBron.
I agree with you, and there was some question as to whether Kyrie would be able to do that at this point in his career, but ultimately that's what champions do. Kobe did it for Shaq, Robinson did it for Tim Duncan, and that's really what great players do.
Andrew Bogut checked in for the Warriors.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Knocks it loose. The drive by Green. On its way from Barbosa for 2. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. For 3, Fry. And another 3 for Cleveland.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force of this run.
And the points are starting to add up in a hurry, especially when you're giving up those looks from deep.
For 3, Barbosa. And it's Barbosa again missing.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Warriors trail by 10. Here's Bogut, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
That feed by Iguodala, a really good example of his passing ability.
The Cavaliers have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Jones, no luck. Golden State's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
Kicks it to Love. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Spates checked in for Iguodala. Rush comes in for Draymond Green. Thompson, he's checked in for Leandro Barbosa. And Ian Clark subbed in for Harrison Barnes. As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate.
And, you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19-20 in the first 39 games, and then 34-9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in. Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it. Boy, Kevin Love certainly is one of the best passing big men in the league.
Clark kicks to Thompson. Fires it up. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The Cavaliers leading by 10. And it's Spates with the rebound. The Warriors have gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far, just above 50%.
Nice effort anyway to change his shot and get around the defender maybe next time.
Outside jumper. This one for 3. No good on the buzzer beater. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. Here's Curry. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. Harrison Barnes is out there at Maurice Spates. And it's Ezeli in at the 5, down low. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Irving from long range. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away. Boy, he's making it look really easy right now. I expect him to continue to run the offense through him until the defense makes him change plans.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Curry wide open. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Here's Barnes. And stolen by LeBron. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. And Irving with the basket on the assist by James. 23 points for Kyrie Irving. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
He just continues to light them up. They're going to have to find a way to make him work harder for his points.
Different look here for the Warriors. Andrew Bogut checked in for Ezeli. Green comes in for Maurice Spates. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Barbosa in for Thompson. Channing Frye's checked in for the Cavaliers. And Curry, here we go. Cavs were poised to make a huge run last year in the playoffs. Swept the Celtics in the first round, but it cost them.
Yeah, and even though they did get that sweep, they lose Kevin Love for the rest of the way. And that put a big hurdle in their quest for the title.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Three-pointer. Can't get it to go. So Golden State will take it the other way. And stolen by Irving. And it's sent back by Bogut. They retain. Possession.
That's his third personal foul. At the line of boards, Kevin Love. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And for Kevin Love last season, he didn't want to be called.
Greg was talking about Clark back to Love. It wasn't his choice to camp out from 3 last year. It was designed that way to create operating space for both LeBron and Kyrie.
Yeah, and you think about it, it's hard to ask a successful post player not to play to his strengths, but Love made the sacrifice, and I don't think he gets enough credit for that, Kevin.
LeBron, that's a 2-pointer. He trains the quick shot. And the Cavaliers lead by 16.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
Cavaliers have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Another miss by LeBron. Warriors have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
And Draymond Green, guys, has won at every level. I mean, led Saginaw High School to 2 consecutive state championships. At Michigan State, 2 trips to the Final Four, and now making noise with the Warriors. It's clear this guy's a winner.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Cleveland's head coach was saying to his team. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
Just 2 to shoot. Irving from long range. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Green's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And here's a little known fact, Clark. Only 3 players have recorded at least 2 triple-doubles in the NCAA tournament. They are Oscar Robertson, Magic Johnson, and Draymond Green.
That's some elite company for Draymond Green. He's a hard worker, a guy you love if he's on your team. He can be an irritant if he's not with you, but continues to improve and prove his doubters wrong.
The drive by LeBron. And here's Love from the arc. And Barbosa pulls it down.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
Here's Irving. And just miss after miss right now. Warriors trail by 9. Here's Curry. The shot's good on the assist by Iguodala. Curry's got 41.
No matter what the score is, his attitude has been perfect. I love his disposition. He has stayed in attack mode.
James, no good.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Fires from deep, and he gets it to go.
That gives him his second 3 of the half, with 3 total for the game.
Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And the basket by Curry.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
The shot's good from Smith.
Just dialed in from the 3-point line in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they're putting a world of hurt on him with the triple.
Here's Iguodala. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
What a game for LeBron. 13 points, and he has been the definition of a thief with all those steals.
And Clark, defensively, he has played this game just so intelligently. I mean, he hasn't let them get away with any loose passes or sloppy ball handling.
Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Cleveland. And he is unable to get the second one. Here's Barbosa, kicks it out to Iguodala. Golden State moving the ball around. He's got space. The Cavaliers pull it in.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces, as it appears it'll be a nice win here for Cleveland.
You know, Clark, when you shoot this well from 3-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooters.
So you said it all there, Kevin. They were lethal from behind the arc.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Kyrie Irving. You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see why he was a difference maker.
And it's Golden State's ball. A 12-point game. And the Warriors miss again.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
And he gets it to go.
And they've just done a great job of keeping this crowd out of the game. And we're getting closer to victory. The crowd's getting quieter.
And there's not a whole lot for them to be cheering about anymore. I mean, their guys got it handed to them.
Fires the three. He buries it.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out with style. What a time to have this kind of serve.
And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in it.
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, you are in the